Okay. This is vulnerability, communication, something most y'all don't want to cover. This, I'm not going to try to think about how to say this. I'm only going to say it. I'm going to try not to get distracted. My brain is everywhere. Days like today for me, they're pretty heavy days. And the reason why is I do pay attention to everything. I see communities, not just mine. I see all kinds of communities that struggle. I see people that want difference. And I see people who say they want difference. Uh, hey, what's up, Mr. Hypnotic? I love you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Uh, they say that when you look at this world, you know, you become something, or you become somebody, or you just don't change. It doesn't affect you. Uh, if it were up to me, like, not fantasy, not fairy tale, if it were up to me, I'd literally snap my fingers and get rid of everything that is evil, everything that is dark, everything that tries to hold you down or charge you just for being alive. I'm going to go ahead and say this, and I know what this can be used as against me. On a day like today, I could walk into every political building, get rid of everybody who's in politics. I could get rid of every single one of them and not lose a wink of sleep over it. Not even a little bit. They don't tell the truth. They hide everything. They're deceitful on everything. Even even your inner communities, like your towns, your cities, they all have an agenda. Every single one of them do. What's up, Mr. Liam? Welcome to the group. Uh, Hello to everybody that's here. Let me go ahead and say that. If you're here, then I'm going to say that there's probably a reason for it, and I hope that this touches base with you. Uh, I'm talking about uh, how I can people's energy, um, people's energy. Like, there are days that you wake up and you're absolutely motivated to come out here and change the world. You are ready to put every problem on your back, and you come out here and you could run a marathon with that weight on your back. And then there's a day that you wake up, and even when it's beautiful outside, you don't want to take part in it. You don't want to come out here because you talk about making a difference, and you come out here and you try to make that difference, but everybody's asleep to it, so to speak. And without judging anybody, like, I get it. If somebody like me, if I was sitting here and I was watching somebody like me and they were coming out with this idea about grassroots, no money, running for governor, trying to make a difference and a change, truthfully, I would look at it like, you really think you're going to make a difference? You really do? Everybody gets in there and they go right into the same thing. They go in and they get rich. They go in and they fatten their pockets. Or they go in and there's no truth to them. Everything is covered up. Everything is hidden. And they say that we're supposed to trust everything. We're supposed to comply. Just look the other way. But you can't. You cannot look the other way. Some people can. And I'm not judging those people. Hey, You don't want no part of it. I understand. It's a mess to get into. Uh, a lot of people out here, we talk about how they're asleep at the wheel. They don't see the world for what it is. They see what what the world's trying to show you, and then they just want to stick with that. They don't want to get outside that comfort zone, because outside that comfort zone is everything that disrupts your peace, right? But then you start seeing things that you can't unsee. You learn things you can't unlearn. Uh, and you walk in this world and you see these people that give themselves titles. They give themselves that they're experts at something rather or another, and they got this kind of book or document to prove it, this, that. All while, these are the people who are in charge. These are the people that set the rules, and they make the rules so that way they don't have to talk to us. They don't have to deal with us. Everything is automated. Everything is AI. You're going to talk to a computer before you talk to a person, and you're lucky if you're going to talk to them the day that you need to talk to them. Why does this matter to me? I could easily just say to hell with this and not put another minute into this, because when I think about failure of doing this, when I think about not being able to get in there to make a difference, that bothers me too. I try to mix up the channel with things that are good, with things that are positive, with some music. I try to mix it up because I don't want to be responsible for negative energy. I don't want to be responsible for bringing anybody down. I don't want that responsibility. I used to chase love. I used to beg for people to be in my life. I used to try to fit in with everybody, try to see or make do or chameleonize myself so that way I could just fit in everywhere, because I did not want to deal with the rejection of anything from anybody. And I see all kinds of people out here that are making it. I see people out here that are in the exact system that I'm having such a hard time with, or that I'm seeing people with such a hard time with. They say we can make a difference. We tell each other that we can make a difference. How do we do that? We come out here and we make the attempts and we try. And I can say that there are people that pay attention. I met somebody the other day, totally random, walking down Main Street. I met him in a parking lot. His name was Stacy. He was a very nice man and asked me to play my guitar for him, and I did. And we had conversation, even took a picture while I was playing beside him. And he shook my hand and he said, "Don't give up. Don't give up." Found out I traveled to Northside, Minneapolis, where I got a friend down there. He says, "You get to the north side?" I said, "I do. I do get to the north side. I go down there as often as I can." I say vulnerability because you can tell in the comments that if you go through and read them, all kinds of people got nothing but negative shit to say. They got all kinds of harsh, like, "Oh, dude, go." I'm sure if I didn't have the block on the words, they'd tell me to go kill myself, hang myself, or something. And they are those people. They won't listen to the message. They won't listen to logic. They won't listen to nothing that makes sense, because all they want to do is disrupt and be fightful. They just want to make a mess and chaos of everything, and that's what we have. You have people that will come outside of your community just to come into your community and cause havoc, chaos, to create problems. Uh, Welcome to everybody that's joining. When you experience the systems that hold people back, and then you see people trying to hold people back, maybe it doesn't bother you. Maybe you can just walk away. I can't. I I don't know why I can't. I just can't. Uh, I know what I set myself up for. Even coming in live without moderators. Uh, you can come in and say whatever you want to say. But I also know that there's distractions when good messages are trying to be put out there. And I could let that convince me to, you know what, all these trolls are going to come in here and they're going to diminish my message anyways. What's the point of doing it? But I'm still doing it. You can come in here, you can try and be as disruptive as you want to be, but you're exactly what I'm trying to change. I don't understand why you feel the way that you do, that you can come in to a place that tries to be nothing but peaceful and all you want to do is disrupt that peace. I don't understand that. I don't understand what makes you tick, why you look at somebody and the first thing you want to do is cause them pain, problems, or something, some kind of discomfort. Why you'd want to disrupt their peace. I don't understand. I don't understand how you can see the problems, the issues, and not understand that it's going to take everybody coming together to fight exactly what is out here to fight. But every 4 years, we follow the same pattern. We watch what they put on TV. They pay for a commercial for someone to come and talk good about them, then they pay in the very next commercial to talk bad about the person that's running against them. And then you see the same thing from the other side. Left side, right side, Republican, Democrat, demon crap, whatever the hell you want to call them, it doesn't even matter. I know, brother. I know that's why I'm recognizing the fact that they're here, but I'm not going to give them the glory of the disruption. There is a purpose and a reason to what I'm doing, and I could say that maybe there are more that aren't getting the message. Maybe there are more that they're not seeing it. But as of right now, when I came into here, there were 183 people who are a part of this channel who say that they see the message. And that number grows continually. And it's an organic growth. It's not like hitting millions overnight. It's not hitting thousands overnight. I'm not going to complain about where we're at. But days like today take reflection. They take vulnerability. It takes reminding yourself or coming out loud to have that conversation that we absolutely have to wake up and we have to choose every day. This morning, I don't know why, but when I woke up, I felt nothing but weight. Like everything felt heavy. Everything felt and and what I'm glad you brought that up there, Corvin. My thing about racism is there is no racism. Like, it's prejudiced. To say that you're a racist, that says that you hate yourself. I mean, honestly, why even? I can't even give energy to that. Race, you're white, you're black, you're purple, you're yellow, you're green. You're the same fucking race. If anything, you're prejudiced. You're prejudging someone based off of their skin color. That's what it is. You're prejudice. A spade is a spade. A duck is a duck. There is only one race. It's human. And I guarantee you, in 100 years, when your skin and your organs are all gone and your bones are laying next to mine, you ain't going to be able to tell what color you was. You're not going to know whether or not you're male or female unless you really get into the bone and looking at the density of everything. A person's character, who they are when the door is closed and no one is looking. When the cameras are off, are they still helping people, or is it just when the cameras are on? Do you help somebody when it can't benefit you at all? Do you listen just to understand, not to judge, but to understand? What's the difference? When you listen to judge, you're looking for things to pick them apart for later. When you listen to understand, you realize that they're a human being that's out here trying. And shit's getting heavy. When you don't have your makeup on, when you're not dressed out here trying to impress somebody, that's the character I care about. Because that's who you really are. That's not the show. That's who you are. And who that is, if that person owns themselves, light and dark, owns themselves, and every day that they wake up, they realize that they're not here to be an asshole to somebody. They're not here to make a mess of things. They're here to try to fix things as well, even if it's within themselves of having a good mentality and perception of the day. Because if you can keep a good mentality and perception throughout the day, if you can keep positive energy in the world that we live in today, that's a win. That's a big win. That's more of a win than anybody will ever give you credit for, but I'm here to give you credit for that. That takes strength, because you're going against a system that doesn't want you to win. This system and the people and everything that's in it is designed to be against you. Why is it that when you come across a decent person, you're taken aback, and then all of a sudden your behavior changes to that person? It's, wow, that's rare. People are really kind out here. That stands out to you because it's different than what you're seeing everywhere else. When somebody literally stops to help you change a tire and they tell you, I don't want your money, just I'm glad that you're on your way. I'm glad that you're good to go. You're safe. You're not hurt. You're getting to where you need to go in one piece. That's what matters. Why do I have that mentality? I've said time and time again, I spent 3 years as a volunteer fireman. Do you think when I got a call, whether it was to your house or to an accident, do you think that I stopped to bother to find out what color your skin was? Do you think I stopped to ask what your religion was that you followed? I didn't even stop to ask if you were a good guy or a bad guy, criminal or a law-abiding citizen. I helped you. My sleep would get disrupted. My dinners would get disrupted. My time with my family got disrupted. And this isn't me complaining about it. I'm not even looking for recognition for it. I'm looking for understanding that it doesn't take a volunteer fireman. It doesn't take law enforcement. And it damn sure isn't politics that's going to show you they care about anything. Some religions out here, they're going to teach you to hate somebody based on their religion. They're going to teach you to hate somebody based on the way that they look. When you see somebody like me and I talk about running for governor, I talk about things that are wise and knowledgeable. I've already had people make jokes. Oh, look, it's the trailer park prophet. Hey, that tells me more about you than it does about me. You think that where I live should be the determination as to whether or not I want to make a difference? That my monetized standing I should have millions of dollars before I want to come out here and make a difference? I have nothing but me to offer this world. That's all I have. Money's replaceable. Materials, after 100 years, what do you think's done happened to your materials? Someone's living in your house, driving your car, if it even exists anymore. Everything that mattered to you is gone. Material, gone. So what are you here to do? Keep track of your materials? Maybe you're here to just live your life worried about you and getting yourself good to go, and that's okay. That's okay. Because not everybody is set out here for the service of others. Those of us that are, we keep trying to bring knowledge and wisdom to people, and they keep saying, no, we don't want it. I'm going to look at you and I'm going to judge you, and this is what you're going to be to me, and you're not going to change that. Okay, well, I understand. It's not for you. I'm still going to pray for you. I'm still going to pray that you win in life. I'm going to pray that you can find success in everything that you do. Doesn't matter how you feel about me. Doesn't matter what you say about me. I don't care. That's your behavior that you're going to be accountable for, as I am accountable for mine. And if I let you dictate how I'm going to be, then you're my puppet master, I'm your puppet, and I don't think so. So if you wake up and you drink a gallon of Haterade and that's what you come out in the world with, then that's on you. I'm not going to drink from that, and I'm not going to be that person. You're not going to get me to be that person. I say that I come from darkness, and I've gotten to where I love sitting in the light because it's warm. The light is warm. The light is welcoming. The light, it's always there. As long as you want to see it. And I wasn't seeing it this morning. But I'm going to tell you right now, welcome back, Mr. Liam. I'm going to tell you right now that being in here and seeing trolls come in here with the things that they have to say with negativity and everything else, it reminds me of why I even started this. How I even got the moniker of the Monticello guitar guy. It was made to make fun of me. It was not made to make me anything good or positive. It wasn't meant to uplift me. But I've damn sure turned it into something that I could use to make something better as opposed to carrying on being bitter. That's the key thing right there. Everything that we go through, most of us use it to become bitter, and we stay bitter. We ain't going to change our thought process. We ain't going to change nothing about us. And look, I know that there's all kinds of news places out here, and they're pushing narratives. They're trying to get you to follow something, and they're all about the clout and the likes and the... They want that popularity. They want to lift themselves. I don't care. Tell the truth. I'm not going to ask you to lie for me. I'm not going to lie for you. I'm going to show you everything. You're going to choose which direction you go in, and I'm not going to judge you for either way. Imagine if everybody in the world was like that. Does that mean I want more people like me? Fuck no. You're out your mind. Difference. I enjoy difference. I learn from difference. Difference don't make enemies. Choices do. I choose not to have enemies. But one. I will fight evil. I'll fight darkness. I'll fight everything that has anything to do with that. As long as I'm on this earth and in my afterlife, I'll be fighting it as well. That's my vow. My soul can't be bought because I already gave mine away. I gave it back to God. I said, when afterlife comes, I'll trade it. I'll trade it as long as I can chase the devil through eternity. Because I'm going to whoop his ass every time I catch him. I believe in reason and purpose. And I always drive on reason and purpose. Maybe I don't get enough support to run for governor. Hey, I'm trying. Maybe I run and I don't win. Winning's not the only purpose. When I die, when I leave this earth, I can say that I came out and I did everything that I thought I was meant to do to make the differences I believe that I was meant to make. But just like the saying, you can lead a horse to water, can't make it drink, I can come at you with all kinds of knowledge and wisdom, but if you're not receptive to it, then I can't tell you what you're learning. I can't tell you if you're learning anything. Or maybe it's the comprehension or the knowledge retention that's a problem. And I don't know how to fix that. I know that what I spend my time watching, what I spend my time taking part in, I know that it reflects in my character. When people meet me, they, I've heard a lot about you, but I can say that you're not what I heard. Surprise. Surprise. You looked at my book, the cover of my book, and you figured I was something else. But then you got to know the content of my book and you realized I'm just like you. Good days, bad days, up days, down days, energized days, no energy days. I come out here, I walk, I play, I engage. I don't have no judgments towards you. Not even a little bit. If you're a hateful, resentful, vengeful kind of person, then I just know to keep my distance from you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm not going to be at my distance talking shit about you. I'm going to pray for you. I'm not going to ever pray that somebody loses their life. I'm not going to pray that people stay in a down position or a hateful position. I pray that you heal. I pray you get to the center of the problem and you realize either it was you or it was something that you needed to address, and then you get rid of this shit. You're going to love yourself, you're going to love others, and you're going to love this life a whole lot more. Some of y'all are just here to hate. Some of y'all are just here to hold back progress. What is progress? Well, it's not always about moving forward. Sometimes it's about that perception and mentality. Sit still and enjoy what you got for a minute. Put the value in what you got for a minute. And maybe that'll drive you too. Or maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I can say that everything that I've done in life has brought me to this point, and it don't make me hate not one of you. Not the trolls, not the people who support, none of you. I understand. If you're a troll, you do so because either one, you thought it was funny, two, you got some kind of reaction that just really turned you on, or three, all of the above. I don't know. But the people who have been genuinely supportive, the ones that actually take the time and watch the videos, and look, I'm not trying to eat up nobody's time and I'm not trying to force myself into your life. I'm not trying to force my message on you. I'm simply putting it out there, and the ones that it resonates with and the ones that it sets with, all I ask is that you share it. Let other people see it. Let other people grasp it, because if there is enough support and there is enough that we can get in to make the differences that need to be made, then we can say that we was on the right path of a journey, and we did it together. It wasn't a solo trip. It was all of us collectively. Maybe you join, maybe you don't join. Like I said, when I came in, you're at 183 subscribers. That tells me that 183 other people out there care about the same message. It's not the focus on the messenger, because it is a Rising Phoenix Foundation. It is not focused on one person. There's no one name on anywhere on this channel. I could pass it off to you or any of you, and y'all could continue this. Turn it into whatever it is that you believe it's supposed to be. Rising Phoenix. You pass that on. Everybody's got a Rising Phoenix story. There's always been a system, a person, or something that has tried to hold you down or send a fire your way to destroy you or diminish you. But instead, all it did was reforge you and refine you. It made you sharp as a knife, as a sword. And you cut through all the bullshit, and you are sitting where you're sitting because you achieved and accomplished. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're not supposed to die by fire. We're supposed to be reforged by fire. We're supposed to rise up from the ashes, not take a knee and stay in the ashes. It's good to take a knee. Take a knee, take a breath. Sometimes life has got a ass load that it just dumps on you, and it's all at one time, and it's okay to take that knee. But taking a knee is not residence. Don't stay there. Don't want to stay there. Everything from your past, look, if you stay in your past, you're always going to hurt. You're always going to remember the things that were sent out to destroy you. But the second that you wake up and your eyes are in the present, you know that everything from your past didn't do what it was sent to do. That you're stronger than what you ever thought. You're stronger than what you know. You have abilities. You can see and you can read and you can feel and you can emote. You can build and you can grow. You can learn and you can teach. And you know what? Thank you for saying that, because that's all I want to do is just spread the fire. I do. That's all I want to do is spread the fire. Hey, you know what? You'll learn more from a homeless guy. You'll learn from somebody sitting in a mansion. They might tell you how to win at Monopoly, but you're going to lose at life. So go ahead. Mock and make fun because it's all over everywhere. And those people, their character shows more than it does on anybody else's. Tell me somebody's a monster and then push their buttons to make them a monster, and I'm going to look at you, not them. You're the problem, they're not. You want chaos, you want problems. I get it, man. I get it. I get it. Hate away. Hate away. Come in with your disdain and your judgments and talk about, oh, it's the guy from the trailer park, the homeless guy. Look at him. Someone gave him a phone. Let's go buy him a meal. Let's get it on camera that we're buying him a meal, that we're taking care of him. That way we can say we're good people. How about that? Right? That's who you are. I'm not that person. If you're not doing well, then I'm going to pray that whatever you've been facing that has got you to where you hate anything or you want to be against everything, then I'm going to pray that you get over that. I'm going to pray that you heal from whatever it is that hurt you and that you win at life. That's what I'm praying for. I ain't got nothing to hate you for. I really don't. I find it comical when people come in and troll. I do, because it doesn't have the effect that you're looking for. It makes me laugh. It makes me see you for who you are. It doesn't show me nothing about myself. I know who I am. I know what my purpose is. I'm nobody's puppet and no one's my puppet master. I'm a good person because I want to come out here and be a good person. I've seen enough dark. I've seen enough hatred. I could come out here and hate everybody. I've got every reason to. But I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to be that. You're not going to make me that. I come out here to share a message. That's it. If you come out here and you say, hey, you know what, I watched this live thing, this Rising Phoenix dude, he like said something that really got to me, so I got to give him credit. He helped turn my life around. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It's all in you. It's your perception. It's your mentality. But guess what? There are things outside your perception and mentality that are truth. They are believable. And they're real. Your perception and your mentality is your reality. And until you change your perception and your mentality, or you're open to see a different perception and mentality, you're always going to be stuck in the same area. And I'm not there. My perception and my mentality is wide open. Hey, you know what? And I'm the same way. Because the way my life has been, I can look at somebody, I can look in your eyes without you saying a word. And I can know if my message is getting through or if I'm going to get that blank stare. I've been in the face of people who all they wanted to do was fight. All they wanted was violence. All they wanted was hate. That's all they wanted. But there's an ironic twist to that. Those very same people, after having that kind of engagement with me when they was behind closed doors with one of their closest friends, who happened to be a mutual friend, came back and said, dude, whatever it was that happened, you had him thinking. Good. Good. I hold no grudges. As long as you own yourself, I don't care what you've done to me. Because if I can see that you're owning yourself, guess what? Forgiveness was long before you ever thought to say, I'm sorry. Why? Because I know you're a fucking human being. I know that sometimes you're misled. I know sometimes that you judge wrongly. I know sometimes you come out here and you think that you're absolutely right about something, and then you find out you were wrong. Own when you're right just as much as you do when you're wrong. Don't beat yourself up over a wrong decision or a wrong choice because you thought that you were following the right thing. But own the lesson in it, because then the lesson becomes a win, not a loss. People talk about judging a book by its cover. If I come out here and I look at you and I see that you're covered in tattoos and you got scars all over your body, you know what that tells me? That tells me I want to sit down and I want to hear what you got to say. Because I want to know how life tried to take you down and yet you're still standing as you are before me. You've got something I need to learn because I got scars and tats all over my body. I don't wear the best clothes out here. You can look at me and think what you want, but I promise you, you sit down and have a conversation with me, and you're going to find out we're more alike than you ever thought we were, regardless of what our outside differences are. Differences do not make enemies. Choices do. You can choose to be somebody's enemy, or you can choose to understand. And understanding is never going to bring you an enemy. It's going to bring somebody beside you. That's what understanding does. I can judge you all I want to. I can sit and say, hey, you're a troll, you're a piece of shit. You've got all this stuff that you can come in here with all this hate and animosity. Well, you're a piece of shit. Why don't you show up at my doorstep? Show up at my doorstep. Talk your shit, but show up at my doorstep, because your words don't mean nothing. Try and put your hands on me. That's what I could do. But that's not what I do. I could talk all kinds of shit. I could add to the shit. That's not what I do. That's the difference in understanding. When I see you out here, I'm going to be the same person. Hey, if I got the money on me, let me buy you a cup of coffee and a conversation. If I happen to have my guitar on me, you want to hear something played, hey, holler at me. I'll play something. I can't play no songs, and I ain't going to sing with it. That's why it's called music. I play music from my guitar, and it's always from feeling. It's always from energy. We have to choose. Every day we have to choose. My choice was off this morning. You can see in my prior videos, it was off. I come in here, and my whole point was to open up the vulnerability and to say, you know, no response is a response. And if I'm coming out here trying to get a response and people are giving me no response, that's telling me something. That's telling me I'm not going to get a response because they don't want to give one. And that's a choice. What kind of response am I aiming for? I don't know. Conviction. Stand on your word. Be supportive. I don't know. What am I looking for? I'm looking for backing and support. I'm looking for getting the names out there. Because in Minnesota, there was one other time that a grassroots was run, it was run, and it was won by the person that ran it. So it's a possibility. And even if it's a 0.0001% chance, I'm still going to bet on it. I'm still going to try. So I'm going to say continue being the Phoenixes. Those of you that are the 183 that have been subscribing, hey, I've got nothing but love for you. I appreciate every single one of you. Because I would not be here with this today if not one of you wasn't here. We wouldn't be at 183. And we're growing. Keep rising. Being the Phoenixes that you are. I'm going to continue to pray. I'm going to continue that you win at life. I'm going to continue to pray that you gain the knowledge and the wisdom that you need in order to get through a day. I'm going to pray that when you get to the end of the day, you feel absolutely successful in everything that you did. I'm going to pray that you learned what you needed to learn to make yourself better for tomorrow. And if you happen to make tomorrow because you were able to get through the night, then I'm going to pray that you realize that it's a gift for you to make better than what yesterday was. How do you make it better? Why not just start with a better mentality and see where that leads? They call me the Monticello guitar guy. My name is Jason. I am not the focal point of the Rising Phoenix Foundation, but I am the founder. I am amongst you, and I could easily hand this off to any one of you because any one of you could run it. You've got a Rising Phoenix in you as well, otherwise you wouldn't be here. I appreciate every single one of you. I hope you have a wonderful day.